Hello, my friends. Good day to you. Good afternoon, good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you for tuning in into this daily podcast, Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojuola for Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode of Daily Mind Shift, I want us to talk a little bit about productivity, about how we spend our days, about what we do during the day. But I want to spin it in a little way. So the reason for this podcast is to shift our minds in just a little way. The reason why most people don't progress much, they should grow, is because they're trying to do too many things at once. Are you guilty of that? Let me recommend you stop it right now. Stop trying to do too many things at once, all right? Just decide that today I want to read two paragraphs of a book. When you're done, you put it down. Habits accumulate over time, all right? Habits accumulate over time. So I will recommend that you take it easy on yourself and start what we call micro habits. Small, little by little, you get a hang of it. So that's by the way. So today on this episode of Daily Mind Shift, I want to help you with this. One of the key ways that you can be productive with your day and with your life is to know what not to do. Sometimes you're so stuck that you're looking for what to do today. What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? I don't even know what am I going to do today. Especially maybe you are job hunting, you are a student, you even at work, you are so good at your work that after a while repetition becomes boring and then you wonder, what am I going to do today? What do I want to do today? How am I going to really live my life today? So one of the ways to figure it out is to know what you don't want to do today. See, it's like using the principle of elimination method in mathematics. You choose to do away with what is not needed in a particular equation, and that is exactly what I want you to apply to your life. Sometimes the most productive use of your time is knowing what not to do. Let me repeat that, all right? Sometimes the most productive use of your time is knowing what not to do. So I want you to think about that for a minute and decide, all right, what don't I want to do today? What don't I what want to do? What have I chosen not to do today? That will start you on a productive morning. You will have a productive day. See, Warren Buffett said something that is very important that I want to repeat here. He said the difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. See, the way billionaires, multi-millionaires think is different. It's different than the rest of you guys, all right? It's different. So it's important for you to start thinking like them, start acting the way they act, as you are expected to be a multi-millionaire, to be a very rich and successful human being. Let me repeat what he said. The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. What have you decided to say no to today? To make your day productive, what have you decided to say no to? And that is one of the ways to make your day productive. That's one of the ways for you to know what you really now want to do. What sometimes you just decide that this morning I don't want to schedule meetings in the morning, all right? You can say, I don't want to listen to this type of music or any radio station this morning that has words. All the music that I want to listen to will be classical. I don't want to hear people speak. I just want to hear music play. You can decide that. You can decide that today I don't want to look at any of my email until maybe I've done 1 hour meditation or 1 hour meditation plus exercise or like 2 hours deep attention work. Maybe you're writing a book. For the next 2 hours, I want to write a book before I look at my mail. So all the apps that would distract you, you shut it down. You only open your notepad and you start typing. For the next 2 hours, you don't stop. You start typing. You can decide that today I will not treat emails from people I don't know as urgent. Anybody that send me an email, an SMS, a WhatsApp chat that I don't know you, I won't treat it as urgent. I will just neglect it. I will check it later, but I will not do it immediately. That's one of the things you can decide that today I'm not doing. I don't want to work more than 3 hours without a break. That means you really want to manage your workflow. That okay, after 3 hours, I go on a 20-minute break. I do another 3 hours. I go on a 20-minute break. You can decide that today, no news. I am not going to listen to any news. I'm not going to listen to any. See, when you're talking about what you don't want to do today, you will discover that you start getting hung on what you really want to do. Do you hear what I said? When you know what you don't want to do today, in a day, in a particular time frame, now you will know what you really want to do. You can decide that today I will write down what I want to do tomorrow tonight before I sleep. You can decide that today I want to meditate for like 5 minutes. I want to meet with someone in my workplace that is interesting so that I will talk. It's important for you to know that by choosing to eliminate what you don't want to do, what you want to do will come to the surface. What you want to do will come to the surface. You might be thinking, well, I can't do all of these things. See, if you cannot do all of those things, then write them as part of what you don't want to do today. This is your life, okay? This is your life. It's not mine. It's your life. So deciding to do what you want to do with your life is your choice. There are consequences and results and report cards for how every one of us live our lives. So, number one thing, you don't blame anybody. You take personal responsibility for how your life eventually turns out. I'm just giving you pointers here. If you don't agree with what I say, just discard it, skip it. Whatever you agree with, live with it. What you don't agree with, it's not compulsory here. You skip it, all right? So, you can't avoid, if for example you think, I cannot avoid morning meetings, or my team needs me to check the mail, or whatever reason you might come up with. Most of the time, those reasons for trying to do what you suppose in quote not to do are flimsy. Many of them are just repetitive habits that you are finding it difficult to do away with. All right, repetitive habits that you are finding it difficult to do with. What you think you cannot do without, eventually when you do without them, you will see that they did not contribute anything tangible to your life. Most of them even drag you down than take you up. So sometimes the most productive use of your time is knowing what not to do. So today, as you listen to this in the morning, at night, whatever time you're listening to this, what have you decided not to do? Because it will either make you a successful person or a very successful person. Thank you for listening to me on today's episode, and we will talk later. Bye.